Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. All of the subscribers that have been here with me, all of the new subscribers, I appreciate you guys so much for choosing my channel. Also, I still have slightly more people that are unsubscribed that are looking at the video. So please remember to hit the subscription button, and I'm going to put that up there for you all to make sure that you hit the subscription button. And also like the video. Liking the video helps to keep this video in the algorithm, okay? So make sure you remember to do that. I wanted to talk about this morning J.PRINCE Sr. Yesterday, J.PRINCE Sr. was on, he went live on Instagram. And when he went live, he was on like this little ski thing in the water. Um, and I'm assuming he was on his island because he talked about um, the house, and he was showing the house, and he was talking about how he manifested that in a year and how you have to be positive and things of that nature. And of course, immediately after going live, of course, people started lighting his chat up with rocket ships, and saying justice for Takeoff, and a lot of Takeoff's fans was in there. Okay, and of course, that is to be expected because there are a lot of people that still want answers to what happened to Takeoff. Although someone was arrested, you know, the public is not satisfied, because we had the opportunity to look at that video. We know that there's a lot more um, to it. What leading up to that, what was the plans even before that? And with so much stuff coming out, it just, hey, a lot of people are angry and they definitely want justice for Takeoff. And so what was alarming was how when he started reading the comments. I didn't think for one that he would read the comments, right? But he started reading the comments. And when he started looking at the comments, one of the first things he said, yeah, y'all do that. Y'all keep Takeoff name out there. Y'all make sure y'all keep doing that. Keep Takeoff name out there. He said, because I can assure you that none of you love them any more than me. And that was very alarming. Like, you know, um, because, and I'm gonna tell you why it was alarming to me. Because when he went into talking about, and saying none of you loved him any more than me, he also kind of insulted some of the people that was on his live, right? So then he went into um talking about um the vloggers. Okay, he started talking about the vloggers and how a lot of vloggers, um and I don't know if I'm saying it's somewhere around I'm saying it's close. Okay, I'm not saying it's verbatim. He started talking about how vloggers basically um tell lies, and how they have to get up every day to think of a lie to tell, and then he says to keep you fools entertained. So then that kind of, that could be an insult to some of the people that was actually on that live, right? And he was you I could tell just from how he talked, he has a lot of disdain for the vloggers. He kind of hate the vloggers more than it appears to me. He's got more disdain for the vloggers than he would for what happened to Takeoff, because I would hate that more than anything, right? And so when he, like I said, when he said that, it was just very alarming to me. Maybe he didn't mean no harm by it, but I can assure you, that none of you loved him no more than me. Okay, saying that, and then turn around and saying that vloggers only speak about Takeoff to make money and they tell lies. So this is like saying, basically he was saying that the vloggers didn't care anything about Takeoff, that vloggers only vlog about the Takeoff's case to make money. Okay, so if you're going to basically say that vloggers care nothing about Takeoff and then say you didn't love him, I can assure you didn't love him any more than me. So that's like saying you didn't give a damn about him either. I mean, it could be taken like that, right? And we start looking at what happened to Takeoff, and it seems like that there was really no urgency to get him justice. There was no urgency. And then I really believe that there was going to be a travesty, okay? If the public had not got involved and started looking closely at what had happened, especially if there had never been any video, they was prepared to put it on Migos bands. I'm gonna tell you, they had already started paying vloggers to put that into the atmosphere. The people had started putting it into the atmosphere, and they was already prepared to pay vloggers to put that into the atmosphere. And if there had not been any video for the public to see it and go crazy to see that something was not right, and it seemed like a setup, the mayor and the police chief was going to go along with it. They was ready to set Migos bands up so that their people could go free. So I would have to say, for him to say that the vloggers don't give a damn about Takeoff, basically, when he said the vloggers tell lies and they wake up every day to think of a lie to tell to entertain you fools. We basically talk about the Takeoff's case to make money. That's saying that the vloggers really don't give a damn about Takeoff. So, it just appeared to me when you say basically the vloggers don't give a damn about Takeoff, they're just making money. And I can assure you that you didn't love him no more than me. That could be looked at as saying that, he didn't give a damn about him either. Now, it could be taken that way because I kind of looked at him funny when he said that. You know, I did. I did. It just didn't sound right to me. And I could tell, and then he got into talking about kind of being motivational. His speech was kind of similar to the speech that Yo Gotti gave on, it was very similar on New Year's, but he was talking a lot about manifesting, and he was, kind of admiring the big house, that sat on that island that he said that he had manifested, you know. And so for him to be reading the comments, that was kind of weird to me. I didn't think he would read the comments. That kind of let me know that what people say is bothering him, although he wouldn't dare say it. I would have to say probably, in the past, before we started to find out the backstory of what was going on with Rap a Lot and things I'm talking about, and any of these labels, I was very proud of J.PRINCE. I was, an African American man that had built a label. Nobody was hating on him. People was very, very proud of him. And one thing people would always say about J.PRINCE Sr. was that he was very methodical. He didn't have a whole lot of words. He didn't do a whole lot of interviews. People didn't know how he looked, right? He handled business and was in the background. So now it seems like since Takeoff was assassinated, we've been starting to see him more. He's been uh, doing interviews more, and he's definitely been getting on social media more. A man that I'm hearing didn't have a whole lot to say on social media, going live and then reading the comments. That lets me know that that's a person who passively wants to spew out or is angry and has a lot on their chest and has a lot to say. You get on there, you speak about you speak about motivational stuff, but you throw out a few little jabs because people are going to get on there and put out and talk about Takeoff in your lives. And for him to read it, because most people of his caliber don't even read the comments. If they got a message, they get on, they say what they're going to say, and they get off. Okay, they get off. They don't hardly read the messages. And I think with J.PRINCE Sr., what is starting to really, really get to him is how, and it's a different time and era. back in the day when J. Prince Sr. was in the, really popping in the business, and we're starting to hear about a lot of the stuff that happened in the back rooms and stuff. More people are starting to speak out. See, J. Prince Sr. came from an era where it was BET, MTV, or whatever, and they wouldn't have dared put out any dirt on any of these artists, because now we see the reason that we were seeing a lot of these artists is because they was paying to be seen, right? So you could have paid the main medias, like they're trying to do, some of these sellout bloggers. You could pay the main medias. Ain't nothing really changed though, to tell lies and make you look a certain way. And I think because it's so many people that have platforms on social media and they have voices, they weren't going to be able to get on these main medias and tell their side of the story. So oftentimes we had to hear the side of the celebrity. Okay. But we're in a different era now where the victims can also get on their social media pages and speak about what has happened to them and make it go viral. And it has the exact same effect. And I think that within itself is starting to bother Senior a whole lot. Okay. Because it was very shocking to me to hear Senior say, when this happened to Takeoff, I mean, this is the last thing that should have came out of his mouth. That never should have been recorded. So he stated in the very beginning what bothered him, and it wasn't necessarily Takeoff's murder. It was the mere fact that people was recording an argument. Okay, an argument that escalated where somebody, a famous celebrity, was murdered, and you know, you would have thought that he would have been glad that at least there was some documentation, right? It would have been one thing if he had said, I didn't like that young man's body laid there, and it was all over social media. He didn't say that. He said the altercation, which was the argument, never should have been recorded. Okay. And it's a good thing that God allowed. I hate that it happened, but it's a good thing that we did get a little bit of the footage that we did get, because like I said, they was prepared to put it at Migos band's feet. They had already put that into motion so that their people could get off. Okay. And they had medias ready to push that narrative, and the police chief and the mayor would have followed suit. Okay. They would have followed suit, because what did the police chief, what did the Houston Police Department do? Say that Migos Bands was a person of interest at one point, right? Or they was looking at him for questioning. Okay. Of course, he was there. Of course, they would question him, but I just believe that the energy was to try and put it at Migos Bands, and I think it is frustrating, J. Prince Sr., the mere fact that social media, that the public is so involved and they have platforms and people are watching closely and demanding justice to the point that they got to go to Plan B. Plan A was to put it on Migos Bands, in my opinion. That kind of fell through because the public wasn't going. I think the FBI has stepped in now. Okay. So Plan B is to, arrest somebody, but also do whatever is possible to try to get them off, which, on some type of technicality. Okay. Which would be even worse. Definitely a travesty of justice, because he could never be tried again. And they know that, right? So yeah, I got on here to talk about that. Definitely it was very concerning when he said that, with arrogance, it's really weird. But I'm not saying that he had anything to do with it, because we know he wasn't there as far as we know. But trying to cover for somebody for a heinous crime is just as bad, you know. Or feeling like what happened was okay, because he talks a lot about respect. Disrespect is not tolerated. And I can understand respect, but I tell you what's not tolerated. Taking a human life is what should not be tolerated. And they absolutely took his life for nothing. Okay, his life was taken for nothing. We don't hear him speaking out about the crime in Houston and what happened to Takeoff and what should be done or anything like that. You don't hear any of that. What we do see is a stage being set for them to try and help to make sure that the people that they have, because I believe Lil Cam was involved. I believe Lil Cam shot him. I believe that one of those shots came from him, and he was definitely a target. Okay, you don't shoot a person multiple times and say, okay, that it was an accident. You don't do that. And for some reason, I feel like, they got to make Pat think, at least make him think that they're trying to help him. It wouldn't be conducive to them, a person who has been in the end and knows where all the skeletons is, to be in jail knowing that he could have a breakdown, right? But I definitely think they want little Cam out. Okay, little Cam knows where all of the skeletons lay, because he was, I believe, their crash dummy. And little Cam, in my opinion, when people get through, it's not nothing anybody told us. We saw that yellow shirt over there by Takeoff. We saw that. Okay, I do believe that he was one of the ones that fired a shot. Okay, but that's another video. Okay. Um, but yeah, when he went live, like I said, he's been being visible a little bit more. And normally when people are in the background and they start to be visible a little bit more, it is something that has them bothered. They're doing that for a reason. They're definitely doing that for a reason, okay? But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I was taking a rest on yesterday, but y'all will see me a whole lot today. I'm gonna do some more videos today, so you all be looking out for that. And then I'm gonna do a live later on, so definitely be looking out for that. Okay, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscription button. And also, if you would like to donate to the channel, you could definitely donate to the channel via Cash App. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. Okay, be looking out for more videos today, and then I'll be on live a little bit later on. I'll talk with you guys later.